Good morning folks, and welcome back to another Dancer's Morning Movement. Not quite so sunny here in the UK today, but a little bit cooler. So we're going to start straight away, just warming up with a few pliés. So demi-plié, and again. Good, so keeping these heels down on the floor, baby toes on the floor. Let's bring the arm in front, and up. Squeezing these inside thighs together. Let's take a rise, gently lower, and again. Good, let's do exactly the same on the other side. So nice long neck. And let's bring the arm opposite your tummy button. Really using these back muscles. And let's take a rise. Gently lower. And again. Good. And just facing a bar or a chair, windowsill. Just working through these feet a little bit more. Good. And then just take a nice wide parallel second, come away from your chair and just hold on to that top ridge and come into a flat back. And then soften the knees round that tummy, so chin to chest. And flat back, and again. Good. And then just sink back and hips side to side. So nice stretch across the shoulders, under the armpits, into the lats, but also into these hips and hamstrings. And then just bring these hands down onto the thighs and then round that back again, chin to chest. And up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the front arm up and back up. And one more. Good, well done. Just coming back to your bar. And let's just take a little gentle calf stretch. So feet nice and parallel, bending into that front knee. So remember, we're just starting to wake up these muscles and the joints. So nice and gently curl that toe underneath and just pull forwards. And other foot. And curl that toe under. Just a little bit of pressure on the front of the foot. And just one last time through these feet. Now stay up on the rise. Keep those heels high and bend. So we just get a nice stretch behind those big toe joints into the feet. And then lower the heels. A few cracks there. Good. And then still facing your chair or your windowsill, we're just going to take a nice sideways port de bras. It's a big stretch right out to the waist, arm by the ears if you're reaching for something. And one more. And take it across. Another side. Big stretch. And one more. And take it across. Good, lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to move you over to the middle. Just a little bit. Okay, so from here, you're going to need your mat in a moment. If you want to grab one or just a towel or something. turned out. Bend the knees and just have these hands sort of on the thighs, on the inside thighs, just not on the knees. Shoulders are back and just rocking from side to side. And let's take that a little bit wider. Sink down a bit deeper. Try and keep these inside thighs back and not letting these knees come forwards. You have to hold them back. And then just roll this left shoulder forwards, roll back, roll forwards, and big circle back, and again. And one more, keep these hips low. Good, and then just side to side. And then a bit wider still, so that you can start to straighten that other leg. I'm still keeping my toes turned out. And just sink down. And one more. Okay. Alright, I'm going to come over to this left hand side, down onto the mats. I'm just going to lower you down a little bit, I think. Come down so you can see me. There we go. Okay, so from our wide second position, we're just going to come over to this left hand side. So I want you to use this left elbow against the inside thigh to really push back. We're going to flex this right foot and just hold that stretch. Good. From here, let's just turn into a parallel lunge. Gently lower the knee. Release the toes. And just small movements here. Maybe a little circular movement. Curl those toes back up. Push into that back heel and just gently forwards and backwards. Good. Okay, so come back to that side lunge. And then we're going to travel across. I'm going to move myself just so I'm right in the centre. So again, using this right elbow on the inside thigh to push back, flexing that left foot, kneecap up to the ceiling, don't let that leg roll in. Again, just hold that stretch. And we're going to turn parallel lunge. So just drop the knee, release the toes. Little movement. And then curl those toes back underneath, push up, push into that back heel. And gently rocking backwards and forwards. Good. Okay, alright. So just come down onto all fours. Hands underneath these shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's just take this back arm up and then bring that shoulder down onto the floor. And then from here, you're going to extend this arm overhead and then just look underneath this arm. So you're still on the shoulder, you're not on the neck, but you're just taking a deeper stretch so you can feel it right in the middle of that upper back. And then with this top hand, take it, extend it out, and you can crawl it over to the middle of the mat a little bit more. And just use this hand to pull back. And just take that arm up again and down. That's quite a nice one. Really works into the muscles. So back of the shoulder, You can widen your knees if you need to. Extend this top arm up and then just peel underneath this arm. Come a little bit further onto that shoulder and then this back hand crawl across to the middle of the mat. Make sure you're on the shoulder and not just on your neck. Good, well done. And just take that arm up, up and down. Good, okay. So just come lengthways on your mat. Let's just continue working into these hips. So we're going to take the knees as wide as we can go and then flex the feet and line those heels up with the knees. Coming down onto the elbows. Just gently rocking forwards and back. So it's quite an intense stretch. So just keep your breathing nice and regular. And nice deep breath in. Push back and hold. Well done. Gently walk these knees back in. Okay, and we're going to curl these toes underneath now. Sitting the bottom back onto the heels. And let's just interlink these fingers together and circle the wrists. So again, this stretch is also quite intense into those big toe joints, back of the feet. So if it's too much, just release the toes. Good, okay. Alright, so just from here, just release those toes. Come to sit on your heels or cross-legged. Just circle these shoulders. And forwards. And just open the chest, sit up, take the head high. And then these arms out, really stretch out and forwards. As you do that, you're going to squeeze the tummy in and round the spine. And then reach, really stretch forwards. And then take these arms across the body. So you've got a big expansion and across. And then just bring the chin to chest. We're just going to gently move from side to side, coming down towards the knees. And back up. Good, well done. Release these fingers. Reach forwards and out. So really stretch out as if somebody's got each hand and they're pulling it out. Good. And just circle the shoulders again. Take this right arm across the body. Keep the shoulder down. We're just going to take our head over to this right hand side. And then look gently, very gently down just to this outside of your right leg. And then bring this left arm across. Then relax this left shoulder, head over to the left. And gently look down. Good, and release. Okay, we're just going to come into our first downward dog of the day. Well, it is for me, might not be for you. So from our all fours position, we're going to curl these toes under, so let's push the hips high. And we'll just start off by walking out the feet. So again, nice and gently, might be the first stretch on your calf or your Achilles. So push the heels down into the mat. And then try and send back down, hips high, crown ahead to the floor. Make sure these fingers are nice and spread. Rising up, shift the weight forwards into a plank. Bend the knees, bring that bottom back towards the heels, send the hips high. And then we're coming forwards into our plank. Bend the knees, push back. Now come forwards into a plank. And then lift the hips. Push those heels down. Lift, bend the knees, forwards into a plank. Lift the hips. Good, well done. Rising up. Just bend those knees. Bring these hands back directly under the shoulders. Just let those knees hover above the mat. Gently release. Release those toes. Take the knees as wide as the mat. Feet are together. Send that bottom back and big stretch. Well done. Okay, so just coming onto your back. Bring these knees into the chest. So just take the feet flat on the floor, so feet are hip width apart, nice tight tummy, lower back in the floor. So we shouldn't be able to get a hand underneath this lower back. Then you're going to make a diamond shape with your arms. Take them above the head and really try and think about getting the backs of the arms, the elbows, the backs of the forearms and the hand onto this mat without this back arching. So it's just a nice one, just to stretch across the chest. Well done. And then we're going to take our arms to first, so opposite our tummy button, lifting both feet off the floor. So knees are stacked above the hips. Don't let the feet collapse, just keep them held. And then just gently tap one toe and then the other. So really keep squeezing these tummy muscles in. Don't let the abdominals pop up. And again, like I said, really keep that lower back on the floor. Really important for you to engage these tummy muscles, help protect your spine. And then we're just going to do 4 where we're going both at the same time. So just gently toe tap. If that is too much, then you stay to the singles. And 2, so control it. Keep squeezing that tummy muscles in. And just 1 more. Good, lovely. Take these legs up. Flex the feet. Have them hip width apart and just circle these ankles. Round the other way. Lovely, okay. So from here, bring the feet, knees in together. We're going to take the knees over to this right hand side and just take the head to the left. And then from here, we're going to extend this top left leg out to the side. Grab the calf with this underneath hand and flex that foot. So if this isn't possible, remember you can always use a band or a towel, just something to hold that leg. So you want to try and bring the foot up towards the head, but keeping it parallel with the ground. The other knee is bent, you might want to push it slightly further away from you. Through the feet, bend that knee, come back to the centre. And then that same leg we take up into a gentle hamstring stretch. So interlink these fingers at the back of the hamstring, or you can have one on the calf, just not at the back of the knee. Again, you can use your TheraBand or a towel. You can either have this other leg stretched out or keep the knee bent. So we're going to flex the foot, relax the neck and the shoulders. Point this toe and bend. Well done. So let's take the legs over, nice and tight together, over to this left hand side. Take the head to the right. And then extending this top right leg now. Try and grab the calf with this underneath hand and flex the foot. And then gently coming back to the centre. So again, you can extend that underneath leg if you wish, or keep it bent as we gently extend this right leg up. Flex the foot, really push into that heel, lengthen at the back of the knee. A lot of the time we get into this habit of having a micro bend in the knee without us really realising. So if you really push into that heel, lengthen here, and get a really nice long stretch. Keep the leg as straight as you can. So if it's here but it's straight, that's fine. You're going to need a band or a towel, but try and really straighten this leg. Point the toe. Good. So just take the hands onto the hamstrings behind the back of the knee. Ready to bring the chin towards the chest, so we're rounding the spine, and sit yourself up. And from here, see if you can just keep these feet off the floor. Let's just take these fingers out. If you can't, just lower them down, okay? And even if your feet are on the floor, let's just round through the spine, so you're making more of a C with the spine, so you're rolling back a little. Good. Now put the feet on the floor, let's sit up, take a nice deep breath in, and squeeze the tummy in, tuck the pelvis underneath, rounding through that vertebrae. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears, reach these fingers forwards. And little pulses for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to come over to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you need a breather, take one. Otherwise, we're going to extend that same leg to the side that we're over. 1, so same leg aside. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and last 8, 7, 6. Really squeeze these tummy in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, lift up, open the chest, and just relax forwards over the legs. Good, and then last thing, we're just going to come into 90-90. So front leg, back leg is bent. So we're going to flex both feet to make sure this heel is in line with the knee. Knee in line with the hip. Hip, knee, knee, heel. Let's sit up really, really tall, nice and square. Lifting up out of these hips. Now think about the centre of your chest coming to the centre of this lower leg, so we're not over to the side too much. to, otherwise just hold on and just flip over to the other side. So just adjust your legs as you need to. Check you're all in the right position, nice and square. Nice and tall out of these hips, middle of the chest coming to the middle of that lower leg. And just come into frogs. So bring these heels in nice and close, sit up really, really tall. So you can have your hands behind you if that's more comfortable and just push down that way. Yeah, otherwise thumbs on top, fingers underneath, and let's use these elbows to push down. I quite like to work into my arches of my feet while I'm here. My thumbs are on the top, so it's quite nice just to kind of release in the arch. Good, okay, well done. Alright, well have a lovely day. If you're not dancing or any other exercise that you might be doing, or if that's your exercise for the day,